Alright, what's up you guys? So real quick before the video starts, I just wanted to show you guys I finally got some stickers made. So in case you guys want to cop one up, want to support the channel, I'll put the link in the description below. But yeah, let's get to the video. Got everything laid out. I got a carbon fiber plate that I got off of Amazon, made a little template. These switches also from Amazon, so I'm not going to be surprised if they don't work. The reason I got them from Amazon was because they were $13 for 5 of them, and I need 4 of them because I need 2 for the hatch, 2 for the Z. Now in O'Reilly's they sell them for like 17 bucks a piece. I'm like, nope, Amazon it is. I got some 10 gauge wire, some bullet connectors, lighter for the heat shrink, some wire cutters. I got some water wetter that we're going to be putting in with some distilled water, inline fuses of course because I at least need to have a fuse, some good looking loom off of Amazon as well. I'll put the link in the description for all this. Now for the radiator shroud, I got it off eBay, and supposedly this fan is better than the one I have, supposedly, but I haven't had a problem with this one, so I'm gonna just switch the fans. So that fan is gonna go in the front of the radiator, and yes, I'm gonna be putting 2 fans because I live in Arizona and it gets super hot here. So 2 fans it is, and this bitch likes to overheat at 200 degrees. So if it starts acting up, I'll turn the second fan. If not, the main fan will be the only one running. But I like to know that I have a backup one in case it starts acting up, because when I went to take it to Mexico, I was making line, his bitch overheated at 200 degrees. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, so if any guys are wondering how am I gonna make that work, long story short, the power, you'll connect it to the ground, and the ground you'll connect it to the power, and it'll just spin the opposite direction. So one fan will be pulling, the other one will be pushing. All right, first things first is we're gonna flush everything out that's inside still. Any nasty stuff should come out from the top of the radiator hose, because I'm gonna just put the water hose right here and it's gonna flush everything out from the top, and then we'll start taking everything out. So let's turn the car on. Still got no seats in here. So we got the water hose. Yep, it's pretty nasty. Nail. Once that starts coming out clear, then I'll go ahead and stop. Alright, it's looking pretty clear now, so I'm gonna just go ahead and take out the water hose, turn it off. Alright, call that good. I'm gonna just go ahead and turn it off, and we're gonna start taking everything apart. Alright, it's been a few hours later. I was just waiting for the water just to dry up because I wasn't trying to walk in a pile of water. Now, bumper's coming off. Gonna be pulling out the radiator right now. Driver fender is coming off as well, because that's where I'm gonna run all the wiring. It's gonna go from here under the fender, and then there's a little hole right here. If you take the fender off, you can see on the chassis there's a little hole. You're just gonna run the wiring through that little hole, and then it'll be under the dash. So that's the next thing I'm gonna do. You guys, it was never bolted down, and I've been driving like that. Well, all right, bumper's off, fender is off as well. Just need to take this guy off. All right. There we go. Oh fuck. All right, if you have these zip ties specifically made for like radiators, the easiest way to take them off is not through the back, is just right here in the front. You're gonna go between the little spring right here and just cut it, which is way easier, and you don't damage anything. There you go. So now this one's going on the radiator shroud. You guys are wondering where I got this one from. I got it from O'Reilly, so it was like about 90 bucks I think. Supposedly the CFM on this radiator fan is better than that one, but I rather have that one than this one. Does this shit even fit? It does. Alright, I got good news and bad news. Good news is that the hole of the radiator shroud is the same size as the radiator fan, so that's good. But bad news is the holes don't match up, so I'm gonna have to drill new holes on the shroud, which isn't a problem, just takes a bit more time. So I'm gonna do that off camera, and once this is bolted on, I'm gonna put it on the radiator, and then we'll start bolting this one on the front of the radiator. That's done. Time to put it on. All right, one little problem is this part. So I might have to just notch this part out. I don't know if I have to or not. I forgot which way is open, which one's closed. You know what? Since I have everything out right now, I'm gonna just notch this part out right here, just to get it over with. Because in the future, I don't want to have to mess with this, and I have to take the whole radiator out just because I didn't want to notch that right now. So I'm gonna take the extra time and just notch this little area out. And where's my Sharpie? Let's try this again. I already went ahead and notched it, so let's see how this goes. All right, can we turn it? Yep, we're good. I just don't know which way is tight, which one's loosened, but righty tighty, lefty loosey, right? So that's right. So it should be tight, hopefully. We'll figure it out when we put water in it. Just realized I need to take the shroud off because I gotta put the zip ties, and how am I gonna tie in them when I can't reach? So shroud's coming off for the third time. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and put it this way. That way the wiring's facing up, not down, because if it's facing down, there's gonna be more tension on it, and I'm gonna have less wire. So facing up it is. All right, there you go. Never done this before, but should help. Time to install it. I'm gonna just start by taking off the slave cylinder. That way all this is not in the way, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You guys always put your bolts back, that way you guys don't lose them. I've lost so many bolts until I just started doing this. If I take a bolt out, I'll just put it right back where I got it from, and you'll never lose them. Oh, we might be good. Yep, there we go. Look how good I left it. Almost like I know what I'm doing. There's probably like less than half an inch. Damn. Alright. One thing I will have to do is, it's a little too close to the front, so I need to find a way to push it in a little bit. But other than that, look, you guys could barely see. I mean, it's not touching, but with some movement, I'm pretty sure it will. So, gotta figure that out. But hey, it's in. Got everything tying down, and let's start cutting this plate out. Got nothing else to cut it with besides a grinder. Now, this is not gonna be a straight line by any means, but I'm gonna try my best. Well, it didn't come out too bad, but hopefully I left it a little bit bigger. That way I could just shave it off instead of it having it too small. Let's go test it out. Yep, perfect. I'm gonna do the same thing as I did on the top ones. I just put some little screws right here in the corner. That way I could just hold it in. So I'm gonna do the same thing to this. All right, now we drill the holes. You're good. So it should look a little something like this. A little something like that. I'm gonna just go ahead and clean it up. Okay. There you go. I think the other one came out a little too big. Hopefully it does cover up the hole. Perfect. Yep. All right, so this plate is done. Now let's start working on the wiring, which that should take a little bit longer, but it's pretty simple. I'll put this down. All right, let's do the wiring. All right, my dog's chilling right there, so you're gonna have to ignore her. But for the fan in the back, the secondary fan, the ground is gonna be your power wire. The power wire is gonna be your ground wire. So since we want this to spin the opposite direction, you're gonna have to wire it up that way. So my ground is gonna go right there to this bolt onto the chassis. Get a wire wheel, clean this up, make it bare metal so it has a good ground. That should be good. Alright, ground is secured. Well, this is the ground for the main fan, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here. Alright, grounds are secured. Now let's run the power wires. Now since they're both gonna be on two separate switches, they both have to be wired up individual for the power wire. Right now, to run everything inside under the dash, I'm gonna have to take the headlight off because I ran everything behind it. So everything is all along in here, and then it goes straight through here. And then I made a little cut right here in the corner and just shoved everything through that little square straight to under the dash. So I'm gonna have to undo all that, and then I'll start rerouting the wire. Headlight is off, and I'm gonna just show you guys real quick how I had everything, because I'm gonna lay everything out the same way. I'm gonna just go ahead and take this wire off that goes all the way inside the dash, and I'm gonna just measure it, get a rough estimate on how much wire I'm gonna need, because whatever length it is, I'm gonna need probably like another foot, a foot and a half. So I'm gonna just add extra 2 feet on whatever this is, because this goes straight to the fuse box, and I need it to go to the middle of the dash this time because I'm putting the little switch panel. So this is how I have everything routed, in case any of you guys are wondering, or in case you guys want to do the same thing. Put a little grommet right here so the wire's not rubbing on metal. Put some little clamps, some bigger clamps, and straight into there. So that's how everything's routed. So I'm gonna just take everything off, measure the length of the old wire, add an extra 2 feet, and then put it back the same way. All right, I got all the wire out, but it started raining, and look where my dog decided to sit. She's just chilling there. Anyways, I got it out, so I'm gonna just go ahead, measure the length, put some 10 gauge wire, run it all the way to the inside, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing with this ground wire, which is gonna be your power wire for the other fan, so it rotates the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that before the rain gets worse, but it's Arizona, so that's probably gonna stop like in 5 minutes. Then you just connect these, and there you go. That one's done. I have all these zip ties loose because I want to make sure everything's bolted down where it's supposed to be. After I see everything's laid out perfectly, then I'll start tightening everything. Alright, so I got one wire. This is going to be for the main fan. Now I just got to pull the other wire across. So I got them all tucked in under the dash. This short one is going to be the secondary fan, which is in the back of the radiator, and this longer one is going to be my main one. So I want my main one right here in the front, and the secondary I'm going to put it over here in the corner. And these two are going to the switch individually. So one's gonna go to one switch, the other one's gonna go to the other switch. Now for the power, we'll get to that in a minute. Should look a little something like that. Now we just gotta see the length of how much I need for the inline fuse. Where your terminal goes to the fuse box, that's where I'm gonna connect it. Got everything all hooked up. It's pretty ghetto rigged, but it's gonna work for now. That should be the main fan. Yep, that one's on, so that one should be pushing, and then the back one should be pulling air. The front one should be pushing air. Back one should be pulling. Yep. Got everything pretty much bind up. This part looks all bunched up, but you're not gonna see any of that because the bumper's gonna be on. And then over here, I just went ahead, tightened everything down. This part still has to be tightened down, but it's pretty much it. So all this is done. Headlight is on, all the wiring is behind it. So that's that. All I gotta do is just start bleeding it now. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna just go ahead, turn on the car, start bleeding it, and go from there. I've never used one of these before, but we'll see how this goes. Just want to make sure that it's not leaking before I put the water wetter in. But it looks good, so water wetter's going in. There we go. That noise that you guys hear is the headlight rattling. So ignore that. Now we just wait for all the air to come out. That's pretty much it. Probably gonna need some more. Good thing I brought 2 of them. Also, I don't have a thermostat in case you guys are wondering. I just gotta wait for all the air to come out, but it's pretty much it. Also, don't forget, I got some stickers made, so I'll link in the description in case you guys want to cop one up. But that's pretty much it for this video. Give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.